Hello. I am Professor Open-Minded, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of the RKMCS Criminology Lecture Series. Very timely, I am tasked to discuss the important features of Republic Act No. 11131, known as an act regulating the practice of criminology profession in the Philippines, and appropriating funds therefor, repealing for the purpose Republic Act 6506, otherwise known as an act creating the Board of Examiners for Criminologists in the Philippines. My objective for this short lecture is that, at the end of this briefing, you could be able to recognize the beauty of having this long overdue law, and its many benefits rendered to the criminology community of this country. First of all, let me share Section 2 of this law. Statement of Policy. The state recognizes the importance of criminology profession in national security, public safety, peace and order, and in nation building and development. Hence, it shall develop and nurture competent, virtuous, productive and well-rounded criminologists whose standards of professional practice and service shall be excellent, qualitative, world-class and globally competitive through sacred, honest, effective and credible licensure examinations, coupled with programs and activities that would promote professional growth and development. Now, what are being governed under this law? This act shall govern 5 important objectives as follows. Number 1. The examination, registration and licensure for criminologists. Number 2. The supervision, control and regulation of the practice of criminology. Number 3. The standardization and regulation of criminology education. Number 4. The development of the professional competence of criminologists through continuing professional development. And Number 5. The integration of all criminology professional groups, and membership of all registered criminologists to the accredited professional organization. Under this law, what is the scope of practice of criminology? Section 5 states that the practice of criminology shall include, but shall not be limited to, acts or activities performed a. in line with the practice of profession or occupation as a law enforcement administrator, executive, advisor, consultant, officer, investigator, agent or employee in any private or government agencies performing law enforcement and quasi-police functions at the Philippine National Police, the National Bureau of Investigation, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, the Bureau of Fire Protection, the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, the Provincial Jail, the Bureau of Corrections, Probation and Parole Administration, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Bureau of Customs, the Central Bank of the Philippines, other government and private banks, the Philippine Postal Corporation, Sea and Air Marshal, VIP Security, Airport and Seaport Police, National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, the Intelligence Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and other intelligence service or agencies of the government exercising similar functions. b. In line with the practice of teaching professions such as those performed by a professor, instructor or teacher in any university, college or school duly recognized by the government of any of the following professional and component subjects of the criminology program. 1. Criminal jurisprudence and procedure. 2. Criminalistics. 3. Law enforcement administration. 4. Crime detection and investigation. 5. Correctional administration, and 6. Criminal sociology and ethics, and other technical and specialized subjects in the criminology curriculum provided by the CHED. c. As a technician, examiner, or specialist in dactyloscopy, question document, DNA, lie detection, firearms identification, forensic photography, forensic chemistry and other scientific crime detection and investigation. d. As a correctional administrator, executive, supervisor, or officer in any rehabilitation, correctional, and penal institution or facility, and in any community-based corrections and rehabilitation agencies and/or programs. e. As a counselor, consultant, advisor or researcher in any government or private agency on any aspect of criminological research or project involving the causes of crime, children in conflict with the law, treatment of offenders, police operations, law enforcement administration, scientific criminal investigation or public safety and national security administration. And f. As a private investigator, administrator, consultant or agent, or detective in any private security and investigation agency organized under the laws of the Philippines. As to the creation and composition of the Professional Regulatory Board for Criminologists, the law provides that, under Section 6, a Professional Regulatory Board for Criminologists shall be created as a collegial body, under the administrative supervision and control of the Professional Regulation Commission or PRC. It shall be composed of a chairperson and 4 members appointed by the President of the Philippines, from a list of 3 recommendees for each position, chosen and ranked by the Commission, from a list of 3 nominees for every position endorsed by the accredited professional organization or APO. Next, this law also provides that, in order to practice criminology in the Philippines, one must have to pass the licensure examination given by the Professional Regulatory Board for Criminologists. To be qualified to take said licensure examination, an applicant must satisfactorily prove the following. 1. Must be a citizen of the Philippines or a foreign citizen whose country or state has reciprocity with the Philippines in the practice of criminology. 2. Must be of good moral character, good reputation and of sound mind and body, certified by the school where he or she graduated and the barangay where he or she lives, unless the examinee is a foreign national. A certification from any professional of good standing will do. 3. Must hold a bachelor's degree in criminology duly accredited by the Commission on Higher Education, and conferred by a school or college or university, duly authorized by the government, or its equivalent degree, obtained by either a Filipino or foreign citizen, from an institution of learning in a foreign country or state, provided that it is duly recognized and or accredited by the Commission on Higher Education. 4. Must not have been convicted of an offense involving moral turpitude by a court of competent jurisdiction. And 5. Those who failed 5 times, whether consecutive or cumulative, in the criminologist licensure examination, must present a certification issued by a reputable institution duly recognized by the CHED that such applicant has satisfactorily completed a refresher course in criminology. Now, listen to this. One of the most important features of this law is the grant of privileges of registered criminologists. Under Section 34. Privileges of registered criminologists. All registered criminologists shall be exempt from taking any other entrance, or qualifying government or civil service examinations, and shall be considered civil service eligible to the following government positions, among others: dactylographer, ballistician, question document examiner, forensic photographer, polygraph examiner, probation officer, parole officer, special investigator, special agent, investigative agent, intelligence agent, law enforcement evaluation officer, National Police Commission inspector, traffic operation officer, associate graft investigation officer, special police officer, safekeeping officer, sheriff, security officer, criminal investigator, warden, reformation officer, firefighter, fire marshal, jail officer up to the rank of jail superintendent, police officer up to the rank of police superintendent, and other law enforcement agencies, and agencies under the criminal justice system. Another privilege of the registered criminologist, stipulated under Section 36. All registered criminologists shall enjoy priority of appointment and shall not be required to take any qualifying or entrance examinations in the PNP, the NBI, the BJMP, the BFP, the LTO, and other government positions related to criminology, police and law enforcement work, investigations and security, corrections and public safety, of the following bureaus, departments, institutions or agencies of the government: Department of Justice, Commission on Human Rights, Office of the Ombudsman, Philippine Ports Authority, Commission on Elections, Bureau of Treasury, the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Tourism, Department of Trade and Industry, Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Bureau of Immigration, Bureau of Customs, the Department of Transportation, Air Transportation Office, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, BSP, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, CHED, the City or Municipal Security Office, the Provincial Jail, the Provincial Security Office, the Metro Manila Development Authority, the Supreme Court and lower courts, Security Consultation, Social Security System, National Police Commission, the Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, Optical Media Board, Intellectual Property Rights Office, the TIA, the Public Attorney's Office, the PPC, government-owned and controlled corporations, and other government agencies with positions involving the practice of criminology. Section 36 provides for a provision on lateral entry of registered criminologists. It specifies that registered criminologists who are not in the government service shall be eligible and given preference for appointment via lateral entry as police, fire, and jail inspectors or its equivalent in the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, National Bureau of Investigation, and other law enforcement agencies, provided that they possess the general qualifications for appointment as provided in the existing laws on appointment of police officers in the PNP, BJMP, BFP, DIA, or NBI. Provided further, that those who are already in the police, fire, and jail service as non-commissioned officers, and who are already registered and licensed criminologists, shall be given preference for lateral entry. Those are the important features of this law. Thank you for watching and listening. You can repeat this video in order to clearly follow through. Subscribe at our YouTube channel for more videos. Or download this video by signing up at www.criminologysolutions.com.